Hello there, Scorpio. Thank you for stopping by for your weekly tarot video forecast. This forecast is for the week of June the 10th through the 16th. I am going to be pulling one card per day, and after that, we are going to look at our best manifestation advice for this week. So I do encourage you to be thinking about what is it you would like to manifest for this week so that some of that energy will be on the cards as I pull them, and you can have some advice that applies particularly to you. Let's see what shows up for me and my fellow Scorpios. Well, we've got our own cards showing up, so that's a good thing. I always count that as a good omen when that happens, when a sign's own card shows up in their spread. Means we're operating in our own mojo. Okay, so let's look at these weekdays and then we'll get to manifestation. Starting with Monday, fellow Scorpios, Ace of Wands. This talks about having some kind of new inspired idea. We are just really kind of putting the legs on it, figuring out where we're going to go with this, not maybe taking action that other people would recognize just yet, but sort of putting it all together in our minds. So at the very beginnings of some kind of new inspired project or idea. Tuesdays when we have our card showing up, we have the Death card. Transformation. That's all that Pluto energy. We're making some kind of transformation on Tuesday. This is when this card shows up, this is a transformation that starts on the inside. It starts with our perspective and how we see things, and that impacts how we interact with the world and how the world interacts with us. And so it brings up changes in our lives over time. So it's not necessarily something that brings transition snappity snap, but it does. We are beginning that process on Tuesday, or for some of us, we may have already begun the process and we're starting to see some of the manifestations of it really come to life. So very, very nice. And we operate like that. We're pretty fluid. We remake ourselves and we remake our perspectives several times throughout our lives. So that's, other people might be a little bit more scared of that energy than us. We're not. That's just good for us. Now, looking at Wednesday, Princess of Wands showing up in reverse. We may not be feeling like we have a whole lot of energy Wednesday. This may be a day when we just kind of, this could be a couch potato type of day, just a day when we're not actually getting a whole lot done. Of course, we do have free will. We can always switch that up if we want to, but that's what's showing up in the energy right now. Thursday is a different story. Prince of Pentacles. This means we are taking care of business, doing what we know we need to do to bring that money in, and also making sure that we're not overspending or splurging or anything like that. Also, taking care of our health, by the way, too, can come up with that Prince of Pentacles. So, being responsible in general with our resources, whether they're our health or our finances or anything else, even. Looking at Friday, Two of Wands. We have some different things that we could be doing on Friday with this card. Trying to kind of get the glare. This thing's been worn so much, it's hard to really see it clearly. But anyway, Two of Wands just means we have a choice. We have multiple options. All the options are good. All we have to do is just pick one because we're not able to do all of these. So an example of this might be that we have two invitations or maybe multiple invitations to go out for dinner in the evening. And so we have to pick one, that type of thing. So there's some kind of, maybe we have multiple projects to work on or multiple hot springs to visit. We just have to pick one. Hardest part will be picking one and letting go of the other. Let's look at Saturday and Sunday, our weekend. Saturday, we do have the Nine of Cups showing up in reverse. And Sunday, we have a Three of Pentacles. So for our weekend, with that Nine of Cups showing up in reverse on Saturday, it feels like maybe we thought we were going to do something fun or we thought we had something to celebrate. And then we realized, no, maybe not quite yet, or maybe this isn't what we thought it was. Maybe we don't want to celebrate it anymore. So this is really just an adjustment, a change of plans. I think we're just kind of pivoting and we're refocusing on something else because we're realizing that what we thought we wanted to celebrate is not exactly celebration worthy after all. So, what are we going to start working towards next? That's where we are on Saturday. Now, Sunday, Three of Pentacles just says that we're collaborating with somebody else or collaborating with other people to do something Sunday. So, it's a little bit more of a social day for us that we're working together with other people to do something. So that's the week. Now, let's look at best manifestation advice. By the way, guys, if you find this video is helpful for you, please put a thumbs up. Share it out to somebody else if you think it might be helpful to them. And of course, also put your comments down below. I always love to hear how these things are playing out for us. Now, we start off for manifestation with the Strength card. Whoop, whoop. By the way, this is my Druid Craft Tarot for those of you who are curious. After Strength, we have Rebirth coming up in reverse. And we have the Five of Cups also coming up in rebirth. Or excuse me, also coming up in reverse, not rebirth. Okay, so this is really interesting because that Strength card is a strong card, okay? And then we've got rebirth behind it. This is like a hard no. So we're saying a hard no to something that's coming up from the past where we used to put our energy and efforts into. We have an opportunity to start putting our energy and effort into that again. But with that strength and the rebirth and reverse, the advice is say a hard no to this. This is not something that you want. And it's interesting because the Five of Cups adds that little emotional component to this situation. It basically says that there was a point when we would have been happy to put our energy and efforts back into this if we had had that opportunity in the past. And it was disappointing that we couldn't, but now with that Five of Cups in reverse, now it's a little bit of a, hmm, that feels good that that's coming back around, that the opportunity is coming back around. But that's not where I am anymore, and I don't want that anymore. So there's a little bit of like that ego satisfaction that, somebody wanted us to come back to that job or come back to that relationship or whatever that they asked us to leave probably to start with. So now that they want us back, that feels good. At the same time, we've already figured out that that's not something we want to go back to anymore. And so the answer here is, as far as the advice here is this is a hard no whenever it comes up. Don't don't second guess it just because it's something that you used to really, really, really want. Go ahead and say that hard no that is applicable because that's what you really want today. All right. So that's what we have, fellow Scorpios. Thank you all for being here. Everybody have a fantastic week. Peace.